Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah, I kind of got the fender fitted on there. It's a little bit ridiculous looking, but so I had to fabricate. Let's see. I started off by drilling some holes up here to basically this thing's 9 inches wide on the outside, so I had to take a tape measure across the frame, and at the point where it gets 9 inches wide, I drilled and tapped some holes right there. I tried to get it to lay down more level, but it was too close to the tire, so this is really about the best I could do with it. So you can see I had to make these risers to bring it up, raise the back of it up. I'm probably going to take it back apart and prime and paint this stuff with some self-etching primer and some black paint or something. Get rid of the silver. Seems to be the theme of this bike, trying to get rid of anything that shines. That's probably about a $250 investment to put that fender on the back of that thing. And you guys can see I got a little bit of offset on the wheel I'm dealing with, you know, because of the sprocket hub. So it's not really severe, it's not terrible, not like that other wheel was. But let's see, I ordered another sprocket for the front. Here would be a standard issue PBI. This came with a chain conversion kit that I bought for the bike originally, which I wouldn't recommend doing again because it's a lot of wasted money on stuff that's, first of all, the chain that comes with them is not very good quality. So anyway, if you look, you can see how thick this is right here. And based on what that sprocket was sitting on the motor, I ordered a 1/2 inch offset sprocket. Well, this is what came, okay? So, of course, I can't get it in a 22, so all I got's 22. Look at the thickness difference in there, okay? So this thing's sitting on the motor. See if I can show y'all. With this thing on the transmission shaft, it is they made it so thick that I'm not sure why they did that, but anyway, there it is. You can't get the nut on it, okay? So I could take it in to have it turned in with a lathe so that I could get the nut on it. But the thing is, with this particular configuration, allegedly 1/2 inch offset, it only gives me 1/4 inch, which isn't going to work. Anyway, so why bother modifying it if it isn't going to do what I need it to do anyway? So that would be a wasted effort. I'm sorry. So I've ordered yet another sprocket, and I ordered a PBI brand this time. Hopefully it has the same thickness here where it mounts, and it's a 3/4 offset. So hopefully it'll give me the correct amount of offset. If it's another 1/4 inch more than this one, it'll be perfect. So word to the wise, I guess really study on this stuff. I'm not sure what the offset on this is. Maybe this is a 1/4 inch offset, that being a 1/2 inch. So maybe I needed an extra 1/2 inch. I probably needed that 3/4, but it didn't really say. Now actually, when I was running this on the bike with the stock swing arm and stock back wheel, I ran it in like this instead of like this to get it lined up, which that definitely is an offset, probably a 1/4 inch offset, 1/2 inch offset. Of course, what they did here, you know, if you run a narrower spacer on the transmission to get that back far enough to get the nut on there, then you've lost your offset. So I'm not sure. This came from the Sprocket Center. If you guys go and buy something from the Sprocket Center, make sure you look at it real close, because this is what happened to me. This was a $72 mistake. Again, you waste so much money. Again, you know, like these back sprockets here that I buy from Sprocket Specialists, and you know, the lucky winner of that budget build giveaway bike is going to get this. I have another one of those for this wheel. I have another one for that mag wheel, and of course I ordered one for that wheel, which I had to give to Walter, which fits his wheel. So you see how this really adds up. I've pissed away about $500 on sprocket mistakes. So be careful. Make sure you really look at it close. Certainly as much as they're costing me, I'm learning from these mistakes. But I guess at some point, when I do take this back apart, obviously I'm going to cut these off so they're not sticking out. I'm going to deburr the ends of the strut here where I cut them off. And I also, let's see, I'm going to have to clearance that fender a little bit for that shock right there. It's touching the shock. So I'm going to have to clearance some of that out of there a little bit. Let's see, what else? So I got to fabricate a stay, but I can't do that until I get the wheel in the location it's going to ride with the gearing and the chain. Another problem I got is that any other sprocket I get more offsets. 22 tooth, I was running a 20. I went to a 53 to improve my gear ratio situation, which putting a 22 on the front's going the other direction. So from what I can tell, the gearing will be just about perfect for once the season starts and I get some passes on this thing and shake it down, make sure all my chassis changes are good. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put nitrous on this bike. So we'll definitely be putting nitrous on it, and the gearing should be just about right for the spray. So I don't really have a good reason why I want to do that, other than it's kind of fun to go fast. So still got plenty of other things to do to it. I still got to change that broken choke cable. And again, I can't put all this stuff back together. I mean, I guess I could temporarily to run and do the brake line. However, I'd rather wait, because once I get the chain on and I can put that on, I can run the brake line, it's done. I can fabricate the chain guard, excuse me. I don't like to do things 3 or 4 times. I like to do them once right the first time. At least I like to do that anyway. That's not the way it works out most of the time, but hey, work in progress, man, work in progress. So, as I said in the last video, the turbo bike is done, ready to run. All I gotta do is verify fluids in that, top everything, make sure everything's topped off. I know the transmission's right because I just had it apart to put a clutch in it. So, this one on the other hand, I'm gonna go ahead and do an oil change on it. Not the transmission, but the engine oil, because it's got about, I don't know, 20 runs on it maybe. We didn't get to ride it too much last year because we got it done so late in the year. But at some point I want to try to fabricate some kind of a cowl or something to go over there, but I'm not really worried about it right now. I guess we'll just have that big gaping hole for now. I don't know, what do you guys think? Think it looks terrible? I'd really like to make something out of fiberglass, so I'd have to make a mold. Probably have to do it myself. I don't know, probably have to make something out of aluminum and make a mold out of it. And believe it or not, guys, that tail on the turbo bike is handmade fiberglass. So guy up in Ohio made that, but I have no idea who it was, and I'm not taking my bike clear up to Ohio to get that pan made, because he has to lay it out on the bike. which is pretty much the same thing I have to do with some tape, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. That goes right along with that headlight cover I never seem to get anything done about. So that's it. That's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, as always, please ask. Or if you got any comments, throw them in the comments. Glad to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Thank you. Have a good day.